Well, hello, YouTubers, and welcome to our first installment of How to Beat the Dealer at Their Own Game. Now, what is the first step you should do when buying a vehicle? And everybody messes this up, and this one costs you a lot of money. And that is this: you go find a vehicle. No. Wrong. You want to get a few things in place first. The first thing I want you to do is go to Credit Karma. I want you to get your credit score. Now, realize one thing about Credit Karma. If it says you got a 650, you probably got a 675, because for some reason Credit Karma always has your score lower than it actually is. I think that's how they try to induce you into using their consolidation services so they make money. Just remember, that's how they make their money, is off of getting you, get credit cards and things. So the first step we're going to do is you're going to get your credit score. There. We got to get a ballpark of what tier credit you are. You tier 1, which is the best, tier 2, which is medium, tier 3, bad. That's the one that's going to cost you in the 20% range. So we're going to try and get you the best rate possible by doing this. Now, once we got your credit score, you're going to go down to your local credit union. If you're not a member, become one. Okay? We're going to go down there for a reason. We're going to get you pre-approved there. And then you're going to get a letter. Now, if you're going to go buy yourself a Transit, let's say, all right, I'm going to go ProMaster, and this is what I've got. Let's say you're pre-approved at $35,000. All right? You're going to take that pre-approval letter and you're going to put it in your pocket. Right there. Okay? And you're not going to, I've got some notes here. You're not going to tell the dealer you're pre-approved. Now, if you got a trade, you're going to go to the Black Book, and you're going to key in Black Book car values, and key in the information correctly. Don't lie about it. The dealer's going to look at it, so I can guarantee you they're not. And get her off. I always go to the low side, because that's what they're going to give you anyway. Probably under that, but that's the actual book they're using. They're not using Kelly, even though they'll come out and show you the N88 pricing or Kelly. That's not what they're using on your vehicle. They'll tell you anything. I can show you anything for your trade on paper. It didn't mean you got it. Now I want you to call the bank and get your payoff and get it good for a couple weeks. All right, now you know what's owed. Now you know what it's worth. Do you owe more than it's worth? That's called being upside down in your trade. If that's the case, you're pretty stuck unless you have the money to make it up. And what that means is you can't sell the vehicle until the note's paid. If you owe $5,000, the car's worth $2,000, there's $3,000 there that you got to make up. So to clear the title, you have to come up with $3,000. So you're pretty much stuck trading it if you really want to get out of it. If you have it paid off, now I want you to go to Kelly Blue Book. I want you to get the mid-range value of that vehicle, and then I want you to sell it outright. Why? Because it's $2,000 to $6,000 you put in your pocket right there. The dealer's taking that money from you in trade. You're in no rush, folks. You don't have to get rid of the vehicle this very second. Take your time. It's going to save you thousands. So you're going to sell it outright. And anything you get over that low blackball book is basically profit in your pocket. Now, if you like I said, you do that. Now, I'm going to talk about financing at the dealership also, but I'm also going to tell you one thing. When you go to the dealer, after you've got this all taken care of, you've got your financing in place, you know what your trade's worth, you've done your homework, you've gone to the credit union and you've got your loan pre-approved, and we're not telling the dealer about it either. You're going to go to the dealer. Now, the reason you're doing this is I'm going to tell you how finance makes its money. You see, people don't understand dealerships. They think you see XYZ Ford and they all work together as a team in there. Oh no, they don't. The used car department, the new car department are pitted against each other. Parts, service are pitted against each other. You actually have the business office who's pitted against all of you. But you got to understand that the dealers' interworkings are all separate, basically, businesses within a business. So what that means is that, for instance, a lot of used car departments will send their vehicles down the street to another garage to get body work done. Why? Because they're paying full price just like you are in the body shop. So you don't want to do that. And that's the reason being is that you know, you're going to go in there and finance is going to be against new car sales, and used cars. So you're going to go to used car, sell your car, who's going to take more money out of it for them and basically screw you over. New car sales are going to try to make it up into selling of the vehicle. I just got a text here on my screen, so I pause here a second. How finance makes its money is very simple. And this is a dirty little secret. And this is why this is, keep quiet. I get you approved at 6%, and I'm just using round numbers because it's easier to follow. When you come into F&I, I'm going to show you it at 10. Why? Well, there's 4 percentage points, folks. On your loan, if that was, say, $50 a month, on a 60-month loan, that's $3,000. Round numbers is not, I don't know if that's it or not. I'm just using round numbers to give you an example. And then I get 30% of that for my commission, which is $500. So to actually do that makes me $500. The dealership gets $1,000. The bank gets the other 2% or $1,500. That's why they allow it. So if there's a 4% difference in what you're approved at, the bank takes half, the dealership gets half. That's how the F&I office makes its money, by screwing you over on interest points and you don't even know it. So that's why they always want to do financing. Dealerships don't like you paying cash. You all think, well, I'm going to go there and pay cash, and that's going to make a difference. No, they lose money. They don't like you paying cash. They want you to finance. Someone said, quote, that the dealer said, don't pay it off for 8 months. They want the loan to mature, so after 8 months, they get to keep their money. That's why. If you pay it off sooner than that, they get that charge back from the bank. And they don't want that charge back because then he has to give his commission back. 2, extended service policies. Very important here. A lot of you, I'm talking Dodges, so we're going to talk a Dodge. You go out and you go to the dealer and you get your extended service policy at the dealer. Wrong. I paid $3,500. Really? I got mine for $2,000. I went online and bought it direct. The F&I guy made another $500 off of that purchase. Congratulations. Also, they want to sell you gap insurance. If you do this right, you shouldn't have any gap insurance. But they want to. They want to sell you service plans. They want to sell you protection plans. They want to sell you all kinds of stuff. All adds to his profit. So when you leave, he may have made $500 to $1,000 off you. All because you went and let him do that little bit of paperwork. That's what you're paying for that service. Just thought you should know. So remember, in this first segment, that'll hopefully does this right. It'll go Friday. You, 1, get your credit score. Know where you're at. 2, you're going to basically set yourself up to count a credit union. Get yourself pre-approved. 3, you're not going to tell the dealership this. So that's very important. And this is another point I'm going to make real quick. Is when you're negotiating a deal and they do that little 4 square piece of paper they do for you, and they try to get you, if you can buy it today for $600 a month, I'm 60 months or whatever. First thing they do is hand you a credit application. You do not, and I repeat, ever fill that damn thing out until after you have agreed to the price and to purchase the vehicle. Because they're going to run back there and they're going to shop you all over town. Why? The cheaper the rate, the more the dealership will make. In other words, if I get you bought at, if it's 10% I'm showing you, and I get you bought at 4 instead of 6, I gain 2 more points. Congratulations. I like money. That's what they're doing. And that's why you'll get 4 to 5 hard hits at every dealer. Why? They're shopping you all over town. Don't do that. It screws your credit score up. You go to 2 dealers, your credit score is going to drop 25, 30 points. May take you from tier 1, tier 2, or tier 2 to tier 1, and now you're screwed. But that's why they're doing it. They're trying to get the best rate because you bought a payment. Guess what? You're going to get that payment at that interest rate. So remember, you have to take charge. You're going to do this first. You're going to go to the credit union. You're going to get yourself pre-approved. Because why? You're not going to pay them to do it for you. You're paying a lot of money for them to do what you can do in 10, 15 minutes. 2, you're not going to tell them you've done this. So when they do that, it's like, nope. We are going to basically sell the vehicle first. We'll worry about financing later. And if you're going to trade the vehicle, do you have a trade? We'll discuss that after we come to the price. You're taking those variables out. And there's a reason for that. And I'm going to get into that more later. The reason why I'm telling them this is because, well, you're already setting yourself up, if you do, to take more money out of your pocket. These are all setup questions, because I can do a lot with your answers, and I can turn how that paperwork looks. I mean, just remember, we can make you, it's an equation. If I'm showing you $5,000 for your trade, I just raised the price to the other side $5,000. You got your $5,000. You just didn't know it, because you settled on $600 a month for 60 months or 72. And when you get to the bottom, saying there, here's the selling price. Don't pay. We're showing you more equity to get you bought. One of the famous lines. And da 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 da. And 600 times that. There you go. Oh, okay. And away you went. Not realizing I sold you the vehicle at $3,000 over sticker. Yeah, that's right. $3,000 over sticker. You need to understand how these dealers work. So first things first, we're going to get your credit score. Secondly, you're going to go get your loan yourself, pre-approved. Thirdly, we're not telling the dealership. Fourthly, we're not going to let them appraise your vehicle until after you settle on the price of the vehicle. Then, you know, I think I'll trade my vehicle after all. And here's why. Because when you're working the deal, and we're going to get into this more in another segment, but you're going to be able to actually see what they're giving you for the trade this way. So you do these first steps. A, credit score, Credit Karma. B, credit union, get an account set up, get yourself pre-approved. C, you go to the dealer, you don't tell them this, you don't fill out credit applications, you don't do any of that nonsense, you don't even bring the trade in. If you have a vehicle that's paid for, sell it outright. Keep the cash you can get. Okay? That's a cash down payment. It always helps. You understand that the dealership, the F&I department's making money off of signing paperwork. Now, just so you know, you can ask the credit union if you're going to XYZ Ford if they are set up with them. Oh, yeah. You can sign the paperwork there then. The dealer gets $50 for it. They really don't like $50. Not when they get $500 to $50 now, they prefer that. But they can't do anything about it now. That's why you're doing it. So we're going to minimize your out-of-pocket cost for this vehicle. This is where you lose a lot of money. And that's not even, we haven't even gotten to the vehicle yet. We've already saved thousands of dollars. We haven't even got to the vehicle yet. Think about when we get into the vehicle, how much you can save. And now you can start seeing how this game plays. It's called a TO system. So you understand the terminology. You're in a TO house. So understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. It's all designed to take your money. If you think you're brilliant and you're good at this, just remember these guys do it 10, 12 times a day, 7 days a week. You do it once every 3 to 5 years. They're experts at it. Remember, they invented it. You didn't. So they're better at playing this game. But with the knowledge you're going to get in the next segments, and I would advise you to rewatch these a few times, you're going to be able to go in there and actually know what they're doing. And you're going to see this stuff happen. You're going to be sitting there and go, gee, Big D told me next thing they're going to do is pull out the credit app, and there it comes. And you're going to know, well, no, we're not going to do that yet. You can put the stop to it. I'll worry about that later. We're going to sell the vehicle first. I'm not financing the vehicle if I'm not buying it here, so we're not going to worry about that yet. We're just trying to save time. I got all the time in the world. That's your famous answer. I got all the time in the world. And then stop. You control this, not them. They work it at their pace. You work it at yours. So this will be the first installment. We already taught you how to save several $1,000s. We haven't even gotten to the dealership yet. Common sense. Don't let a dealer... The only time you ever finance at a dealer, it's 0%. That's it. 0%. They got 0%, finance it there. 0%, why not? But you put on the... when you sign the paperwork, only to be financed, and when you sign that application, put in big bold print somewhere on that app. Only to be financed through, if it's Dodge, Mopar, Chrysler Financial, at 0%, only authorized to run the credit there. If they do run your credit elsewhere with that on there, you can sue the crap out of them, because you only authorized one credit check. When you give them a blank one, you've authorized them and girl down the street can run for all they care. You want to limit how many times they can take that hit. by letting them know this is the only place. But you only do it at 0%. Only at 0%. So, also you got to take into consideration 0% versus, say, 1.75 or 2.75 at the credit union. Because if you don't get the 0%, they also offer you a cash, well, 0% or $2,000. Go to the credit union. Let them tell you how much difference it is in cash. You might be better off taking the cash, financing through the credit union. It happens. It's called math. I know it's a weird concept, but sometimes 0% isn't the best option either. That's come on too because they know you're going to go with the 0%. That's why. So remember, financing, credit scores first. Trades, find out where it is and what it's worth. You need to know this information. 4, go in, don't sign credit applications. Ever. We haven't bought a vehicle yet. Why are you financing it so fast? Those things will save you thousands of dollars before we've even gotten to the vehicle. And if you think I'm kidding, I want you to go pull your last purchase out sometime and take a look at it. And I want you to take and calculate your payment times the amount of months. You're going to be shocked. You go, oh, geez. Yeah, that's what you paid for. Take the pay. If you bought a car for $400 a month, a $24,000 vehicle, 0% at 60 months, it's $400. But if your payments are $475, you take 75 times the 60, and that's how much you paid in interest to borrow the money. They're never going to give you more than your trade's worth, just so you know. So they're going to give you less. That's how they make money. You make sure you get what your trade's worth. Because I'll tell you, they'll steal your trade every time. It makes the used car department more money over there. We used to call them the one-armed bandit. How bad they screwed people over. So, this is the first installment. The second one's going to be the start of the negotiations. How you do this. But remember, do not, and I repeat, do not sign that credit application in the beginning of this deal. Because now they're going to run back there and they're going to run your credit. They're going to ship you all over town. They're going to try to get you pre-approved. You could have done that yourself with just one hard hit at the credit union. And the beauty of the credit union, if they turn you down, they're going to tell you why. Then you fix that. Oh, and I did say something about fixing credit scores. And I'm going to go through this on this tape here. You pay hundreds of dollars or whatever for credit repair. All they're doing is challenging, that's right, challenging the negative remarks on your credit bureau. Because when you challenge it, you get 30 days for the person who put it on there, say, I don't know, Capital One Visa card. They have 30 days to respond to it. If they don't, that has to come off your credit bureau. Thus, your score goes up because the negative remarks come off. There is a time when you actually do this. We just missed it. And I'm going to explain that to you since we're in this tape. This is going to run about 20 minutes. But you want to, if you're doing credit repair, you want to do it on Black Friday. Black Friday? Why Black Friday? It's the busiest retail day in a year. Okay? That's when businesses, it's Black Friday because they come out of the red into the black. That's where that term comes from. So if you have a retail store, you understand Black Friday is all those months you've worked up to now you turn to profit. Black Friday, the busiest shopping day of the year, and it's going up against the busiest shopping month, Christmas. If you got 30 days to respond, just remember, Christmas, you're going to lose Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, 4 days, plus any other things are going on, and they're being inundated with credit applications and things. Are you going to lose all of them? Doubtful. Someone will probably send it back. I just need to get you to lose a few of them. We can raise your points 25, 30 points, maybe 50. Now we put you into a different tier of credit. But you have to do it on Black Friday. And the reason being is they're too busy to answer it. That's why. That's when you catch the banks and these loans and all these people out there who are now worried about, they haven't collected your money. Your response sits off to the side. And you can do this right on Credit Karma. You can go in there and challenge them all. That's right, right on Credit Karma's site. That's all they're doing is going in there and doing it. Why don't you do it yourself? Save a few $100s there too. But wait till Black Friday. You want to get up about noontime Black Friday? Pop, 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 pop. Challenge every damn negative thing on there. And sit back. You're not going to buy the vehicles the first year anyway, so what's the matter? Just let it sit there. Big deal. And let that go through. And in 30 days, go back and check. and see the negative remarks that the people didn't respond to come off. Will they all come off? No. But if you get half of them, that's all you need. So this is a few helpful hints in the first segment. More to come. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty of negotiating the deal, what they're actually doing and why, the terminology it's being used that you don't even know, and the psychological game they're playing. Stay tuned.